So hey, I'm gonna tell you something a little silly. What I learned on this trip is that I'm actually really horrible at recording vlogs when I am traveling. Surprise, but not really. So some of this will be some of the various clips I did film, and the rest of it will be other clips that I have compiled from my short form content, and then I would just kind of give some context as to what the heck is going on. So we are going to start this from the O'Hare Airport, where I am absolutely exhausted. So I'm going to pass it over to that Mandy. Good morning. I'm in Chicago at the airport. I have quite the gap between when I can check in at the hotel and when I have landed and when the conference starts. So I think I'm going to do my makeup really quick. Let me check in early. I hope they do. I need coffee desperately. I'm gonna get that on the way out. So the flight overall wasn't that bad. There were some bumpy spots, but that's anticipated with Chicago, so that was what it was. But woke up at 4 a.m. for my flight, so I'm very, very, very tired. I can't imagine being around a bunch of people right now, which is crazy because I'm literally going to a conference to work. So we'll see how it goes. Well, we called the hotel, and they basically can't guarantee that my room is ready or allow me to check in early unless I go and talk to the front desk. Sorry it's so low. You're just low. So guess I need to go there. It is an hour to get there. Wow. I'm gonna go towards the gates, get a coffee, and then hopefully find a Lyft that is willing to drive me an hour from this airport. Now, once I got in the Lyft, it was pretty busy. Got to the hotel, I give some context as to what I did then, and then I helped my teammate set up, and then went fully into content marketing mode. So I was taking lots of photos and just engaging with my team, and then there was also an event in the evening, which I'll talk about a little bit here shortly. I was so nauseous in this Lyft drive, and that actually happened the last time I was in Chicago as well, but really pretty weather. I was really grateful for that though. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. It is Thursday, October 9th. It is 7:46 in the morning. I feel like I just got hit by a bus, but that doesn't matter because it is day 2 of the conference. I got a cup. It was really fun. The morning was, I called him at 9. We talked for about an hour, so it's about 10. I fell asleep immediately. Me and him got off the phone, so maybe 10:30, 10:45. And now we are back at 7:48 now. I need to do my makeup. The conference, I think the first keynote's at 8:15. I need to go back to the table and take more pictures. I want to try and get some tiny mic interviews. I wasn't able to yesterday, so I really hope that I can get at least 2 or 3 from conference attendees, and then at least 2 to 3 per staff member that is here today. Big goal, I know, but I'm going to set it for myself. I didn't get to show you my room. I'm going to show you a quick pan over it from where I'm sitting on the bed right now. So I don't know what room my manager got me, but you come in here, and then here's my messy king-size bed. The bathroom is right there. We have a full body mirror, a closet, a TV, a little reading nook. Yeah, the room's trash. I'm so sorry. But then, I hope you can see it. It's really bright out right now. You can't really see it. Maybe I'll show you later when the light's not reflecting. That's the lake that you're looking at. That's what's reflecting the sun. My old manager made this reservation. So I texted her and was like, what did you do? Why did you get me this fancy room? Because it like, they were like, oh, you have the lake view. And I'm on like the 21st floor or something, but absolutely bananas. So it was really fancy, but coming in last night was really cool because the moon was reflecting off the water, and where I live, I don't live by water like this, so it's really cool to just like see it. I keep like thinking to myself, I wonder if that's walking distance. I definitely don't think that it is, but okay, I'm gonna get ready for the day and I'm gonna head downstairs. I also need to find food, but there's like a little iPad here, so I'm gonna look at the restaurants and see who's serving something because I'm so hungry. So here's a little outfit walkthrough that I uploaded onto my TikTok. Like I said, guys, I'm really scrapping some videos together for this. Wore this brown maxi dress, this vest, and then my Reeboks. This was truly the perfect outfit for the perfect day, the perfect weather. I think that's the only thing that I hate about conferences is you're inside all day. So as far as getting to enjoy the beautiful weather, the beautiful location of my hotel, as I showed you, like with that lake view, I didn't really get to do that. Here are some clips that I got walking out of my hotel. I was gonna upload this to our socials and didn't end up using it, actually. Fun fact, this hotel was actually where I believe it was Home Alone Part 2 was filmed. Yes, the front desk did share that with us, and it was in every single elevator as a fun fact. Otherwise, this was the full conference day. So this was the day that I was filming tiny mic content, getting lots of photos. I believe that I went to a couple sessions this day, but honestly, I kept really busy at the booth, which was really cool. This was my first national conference that I've gotten to go to with my company. So it was really cool seeing all of the foot traffic and folks coming to our table and talking to us about how much they love our product. Nonetheless, connecting with people is so cool and getting to meet more of my staff because I am a fully remote worker. Now this, my friends, is when things begin to get rocky. So this is the morning of day 3. I'm all dressed, ready for the day. And I was the only person who was going to be leaving on Saturday. Everyone else was leaving Friday. And I did try and kind of see if I could make it work to leave Friday, but ultimately I was like, no, there's not really any sense in that with the way that the flights are situated. So went through the day, went to sessions, got photos, and helped packed up the booth. And then it was truly just me. Then we do transition into an outfit change because at this time, this is when the beginning of the government shutdown started. So a lot of flights were starting to get delayed. I don't think nearly as bad as it is like when I'm doing this voiceover, which is like the middle of November. But I was worried because I did not want to get stuck in Chicago. I wanted to be home with my husband and also like taking care of my grandpa. When I leave, my husband takes care of him for me. I know it's like a shared responsibility, but that's a lot to ask of someone. So I was not willing to work with a delay. So I actually decided to go on a silly little side quest, and I booked if you don't know what the Amtrak is, it's a train. There is various locations and stops throughout the US, and a nearby city from where I live actually just opened up an Amtrak station. And I knew I wasn't going to get delayed with the Amtrak, and the tickets were pretty cheap. So I was like, you know what? Let's just try it. I had never gone on a train before. Like, it felt like the Harry Potter movies when they're in the tunnels getting ready to go on their train to Hogwarts right here. Like, it was a massive train. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I chatted with a girl up until the next state over. And then she got off, and then I had the entire seat to myself. I don't know which I prefer after this experience, like between the airport and the Amtrak. The airport has its own stressors, but obviously it's much faster versus the Amtrak. You literally walk in and you don't have to put forward a single thought after that. But the travel time was almost like triple, if not quadruple, what I would have done had I taken a flight. So, you know, it has its pros and cons for sure. The staff was absolutely amazing. I loved being able to just kind of post up. I watched the last season of The Summer I Turned Pretty, went through various small cities, and was just kind of, look, there I am, was just kind of hanging out. So yeah, it was quite the venture for sure. I got home on Friday night really late, and I don't know, I didn't track my flight. I don't know if I would have gotten delayed, but I was happy to be home nonetheless. And that was my trip. This is really weird, and part of me is like, just scrap this, but the whole point of this is having this to remember for myself. And this was my trip, like literally, it was chaotic. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next.